Hello everyone, this is the Saturday day 1 morning event for the San Diego Sprint Orienteering Festival. Everybody was really excited for this 5-day event, and this is the start for the first event at Mesa College. There is one course for all the age groups, in case some of you don't know the format. One course for everybody. Morning races are the trial races, and afternoon races are the chase races. So, coming into control number 1, slight mistake of not going straight. Went around on the steps. Control 1, there it is. Now, control 2 was a little tricky. You had to understand that it was going to be on the upper level. I took some time to read the description and make sure I went to the right spot. There were a couple of people that were definitely tricked out by some of the 2-level structures. So in this race, it was key to be able to identify which level the control was placed on. So right there, taking the ramp up. Now turning right, and there are the steps up to the upper level. There was a lot of climbing upstairs and descending downstairs on this course. There is the control. And conveniently, there's a set of steps just on the other side of this platform as well. So coming into number 2 wouldn't have cost you as much if you came into the control from the right side of this building. Now on to control number 3. There is basically 2 ways to approach the control. Either the left side of the building or the right side. I decided to take the right option because it seemed most obvious. Going straight and then right around the building. So running under the canopy right now.
Now heading around the building on the right side.
There's the impassable fence or wall right there, passing through it. Now turn left onto the road and under the canopy onto the main road.
Down the stairs and now around this little part of the building and climbing up right here.
Was a little unsure of where the building started to end, and there was a gap where there could be a canopy. So, because it was difficult to see through the tree cover, but I managed to find it correctly. And there is control 3. Now, heading on to control number 4, I turn the map around and I see that there is a road heading right for control 4. But the problem is, it is right at the bottom of the building and the road. So I have to figure out how to run on the road and then get down to approach the control from the bottom.
Now here, quite close already, you can kind of see the canopy right there. Then running under it, and then I assume finding the stairs to the left.
But after I was making that plan in my head, I decided to not go straight under the canopy, but rather to turn left before the canopy onto the stairs that go all the way to the bottom of the parking lot and the large street. So there are the stairs, and I decided to take them down for an easier approach. So coming down the stairs was definitely a little tricky for me because I don't want to skip 2 steps, because then I end up falling out of rhythm, and sometimes I fall. So I try to go 1 stair at a time, making sure to place my feet correctly. Now, turning right through the parking lot, there are the 2 containers mapped as buildings. Now, coming around, there's the little post. That's the man-made feature. And the 3 buildings on the right-hand side. Now, there is the large building where the control is placed. Coming into the control, now making sure the features are lined up and this is indeed the correct building. And there's the control.
Now heading for control number 5, which was a little bit tricky, but it was actually on the top level.
And talking to another competitor, who wasn't competitive, he was just a walker. He said that you could access number 5 from the very bottom and not have to climb the stairs by using the elevator. So the control was right outside the elevator. I'm not sure if this was legal, but the course notes didn't say anything about it. So this might have been a very smart decision. But I decided not to risk like that, so I went around on the stairs, as did, I assume, everybody else. So
Now
there's the top.
Turning left into like the little
Balcony section.
Yeah. And seeing control number 5, exactly right next to the elevators. Now, control number 6 was very tricky. You really needed to look at the what the legend says.
So right here, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get to control 6, especially since it seems like it's placed between a batting cage and a baseball fence, so you can only access it from one side. And on my map, I see that near control 6, there is a large red X, which means you can't access the control from that spot. So right now, I'm running and trying to figure out how I'm going to get into that area, because I see there are 2 other forbidden areas to cross, the 2 lines on the right-hand side. They were covering the other passageway in between the fence. So as I was running, I was trying to figure out if there was any other way I could get through the fence. And this was really confusing me because I could not find a passageway while I was running. I could not think of a way to get in to number 6, which ended up being my downfall for this race.
Okay, now heading under the canopy, and there is the fence, and at the end of it is the red mark. Now
I made sure to come in to the control and make sure that it was indeed blocked, because there was no other entrance I could find on the map. So now I'm trying to run around the pool area and maybe find another entrance that is I can't physically see on the map, but I can find in person. So there is the sort of sand pit area behind the fence on the left right there, and a spectator. Control number 7 on the right just passed by. Tennis courts on the right, the other fence with the tennis courts. And now I see that there's 2 forbidden areas marked on the map right where their only entrance was. Or so I thought. I thought the vans were placed there on purpose to block our entrance. So I went back around and I tried to look for another opening because I couldn't think of anywhere else I could pass, since the description on the map was covering most of the rightmost part of the map, where in the area where 6 was. So I didn't think the course organizers would want us to go all the way around both baseball fields to be able to access control number 6. So I thought there must be a different way that you can get in. So coming in and trying to place the features and make sure I'm actually in the right spot. And I'm just kind of gonna wander around for a few minutes. And there's another competitor running around, and I was confused on where they're planning to go, because I wasn't sure where they are going, and how they're gonna enter the control.
Now, I guess my brother already found a way to get in, since he's kind of heading in one direction.
But in fact, I thought I did, but I didn't because the fences were too close. I thought it wasn't showing on the map that there was a gap, but there was indeed a gap between the fences. But as I found out, there was no gap. So I still couldn't find a way to get through. I was very confused and thought for a second that one of the gates that wasn't supposed to be locked was locked, possibly. And so I was about to continue the course without punching number 6 because I couldn't physically see a way on how I can get through. And so I'm heading back now.
Around the pool, which is right behind the fence on the left.
To now go to Control 7. And then I see that the gate to the pool is open, and I thought that this was maybe for the competition. Maybe the course setter forgot to explain that there was a passageway through the pool because one of the other gates that was supposed to be open was actually locked. So I thought that maybe there was a passageway here, but I didn't see anything, so I just headed back. And then, so I was about to go to number 7 and continue on with the course when I saw the other lady that was also running the same course. She came out and punched number 7, so she obviously did punch number 6. So I was very confused where she managed to find an opening, because I did not see where that was supposed to be. So I saw that there was a little gap in the fence, and it was marked as passable right here. So I just slipped through the fence, and I thought that's what she did. But as I'm running right here, there's a gap on the left, if you will see, right there. That was the actual doorway that was supposed to be open. Just on my map, when they were marking up the maps, basically the person who did it, they did a pretty bad job, and they marked the passageway symbol, the purple passageway symbol. They put one of the lines right on the little passageway through the fence that was marked on the map. So I didn't end up noticing that there was a passageway through the fence. It was there in person, but it wasn't marked correctly on the map. So that is how I wasted so much time. And then on the way back, I actually saw the gap, and I was like, oh my goodness, I wasted so much time for such a dumb thing. So now I'm trying to make up time, even though I know that I am not going to be at least top 15 with this kind of dumb mistake.
Now, easily already finding control number 7 and planning a route for number 8. Now just heading down this concrete path. Still reading the map. Okay, heading down the stairs and trying to figure out which direction to turn next. The left, of course, was the correct answer. Now just finding the stairway that was used to head up to number 8. For it was actually on the second level.
And I decided to take the last stairway to head up to number 8. There it is.
Now, heading down the stairs and being careful not to slip, for it is raining. Now, heading back the way he came and trying to find control number 9. Cutting across the lawn, right to it. There it is.
And now moving on to control number 10. Now looking around for 11. Seeing that it is on a pillar under a canopy. Trying to figure out how to get to here. So I accidentally took a left turn, but I decided to just keep going and go all the way around on the left. Maybe this was a good route. I was planning to go right and then turn left, but I ended up just running on the pavement, which, I mean, it was probably a shorter route than the right option, so I didn't lose that much. So, heading up the stairs now.
Right to control number 11.
Sorry for the rain on the camera lens. It was raining pretty hard right now, so there's nothing I can do with that. Now I'm heading to control number 12. It looks like it is a tree in between two buildings. So
heading now under the canopy and then turning right to the tree where the control is on. Now heading to number 14, which is...
Sorry, 13. And then there's the fence and there's the tree. Now heading to 14.
Which seems to be on the upper level. And the staircase is kind of hard to see. But okay, heading between two buildings. Or maybe not. So the route choice is to the left. Okay, now heading under the canopy. That might have been actually used to control number 4, but it wasn't. So now heading under it and onto the main road. Now, there are 2 route choices. Well, to the left or straight.
So this was a difficult leg because I could either go down the steps and then figure out how to get to 14 from down there, or I could take what I did and take the not smart route. And what I basically did is I said that I am the forest orienteer, so I'm going to take the path through the white, not the path, just the route through the white, and hope for the best, and hope that I can go around to the right of that wall. But what basically happened is I got a little
confused.
Yeah, because the wall didn't seem to end on the right. It just kept going. And so here I had to climb through some like pretty dense bushes. And I mean, I made it out, but the wall on the right didn't seem to end. So what I did is I went to the left right here, and you'll see what happens next.
So now finding the stairs.
Now turning right to the control on the corner of the building. Now I decided to, for some reason, my brain turned off and I decided to exit the building through these stairs right here. Which apparently you're not supposed to use these stairs, even though it's unlocked. You're not supposed to pass through here, I guess, even though the doors were unlocked. As you can see, I guess you weren't supposed to pass through here, but I did, and since it's not like a super competitive event, then nobody really cared that I did that.
Okay, now on the right here, there should be some stairs, and yep, heading up them, which would then bring us out to the main road, as you will see. Now trying to orienteer the map to correctly go in between buildings. Okay, now control number 15 is quite close, actually.
There it is in the
bushes.
Bushes, yeah. Now on to number 16. And this is...
Okay, so now heading under the canopy to go around the building. Now, as you might remember, this is the same route that was taken to control number 8, only this time okay. So heading under the canopy and finding control number 16. Okay, so control number 17 is right next to this tree right here. And then control number 18, we already know this because it was control number 10 that was on the other side of the map actually. And now heading for the finish.
Spreading away with the final stretch of this race coming to a close. Thank you to everyone for watching and subscribe.